synergize, Unika Smart. The best way is to cooperate, Unika Smart. The best way is to collaborate. Mari kawan, you're my strategic partners. Let's just outreach together. Oh yeah.
Hi brothers,
Hi sisters,
welcome to Unika Smart, Unika Jaya.
Unika Smart, the best way is to synergize. Unika Smart, the best way is to cooperate. Unika Smart, the best way is to collaborate. Unika Smart, the best way is to synergize. Unika Smart, the best way is to cooperate. Unika Smart, the best way is to collaborate. Is to synergize. Is to cooperate. Unika Smart, the best way is to synergize. Unika Smart, the best way is to cooperate. Unika Smart, the best way is to collaborate. Mari kawan, you're my strategic partners. Let's just outreach together. Oh yeah.
Hi brothers,
hi sisters,
welcome to Unika Smart, Unika Jaya.
Unika Smart, the best way is to synergize. Unika Smart, the best way is to cooperate. Unika Smart, the best way is to collaborate. Unika Smart, the best way is to synergize. Unika Smart, the best way is to cooperate. Unika Smart, the best way is to collaborate. Is to synergize. Is to cooperate. Unika Smart, the best way is to synergize. Unika Smart, the best way is to cooperate. Unika Smart, the best way is to collaborate. Mari kawan, you're my strategic partners. Let's just outreach together. Oh yeah.
Hi brothers,
hi sisters,
welcome to Unika Smart, Unika Jaya.
Sumatera Utara, Indonesia. Welcome to International Conference of Computer Science and Information Technology, conducted by Catholic University of St. Thomas, Medan, Indonesia, in collaboration with Higher Learning Information and Computer Association, so-called Apticom of North Sumatra Region, today, Saturday, September 18, 2021. Selamat datang di acara konferensi internasional ilmu komputer dan teknologi informatika yang diselenggarakan oleh Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas Medan bekerjasama dengan Apticom Sumatera Utara pada hari Sabtu, tanggal 18 September 2021. Together with us today, we have the Honorable Chairman of Indonesian Association of Higher Education in Informatics and Computing Apticom North Sumatra Province, Ketua Umum Apticom Provinsi Sumatera Utara, Mr. Dr. Paul Tak Sihombing MCom. Proudly presenting Chancellor of Catholic University of St. Thomas Medan, Indonesia, Rektor Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas Medan, Bapak Profesor Dr. Sihol Sukudit, MBA. Proudly presenting Chairman of Conference General North Sumatra Region 2021, Ketua Pelaksana Rapat Kerja Wilayah dan Snikom 2021 Apticom Provinsi Sumatera Utara, Bapak Dr. Zakaria Situmorang, MD. Dean of Faculty in Computer Science of Catholic University of St. Thomas Medan, Indonesia, Dekan Fikom Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas Medan, Bapak Sorang Pak Pahan, Eskom MCom. Proudly representing the honorable keynote speaker from 4 countries. Dengan bangga kami memperkenalkan 4 pembicara dari 4 negara. Dr. Ines Elango from Assumption University of Thailand, Bangkok, Dr. Dina N. John from University of Technology, Bahrain, Professor Dr. VGR Kalasalingam, Academy of Research and Education from Kalasalingam Business School, India. Last but not least, from Indonesia, Dr. Zakaria Situmorang, MT, from Catholic University of St. Thomas, Medan, Indonesia. And warmly, we would like to welcome all the conference candidates dan juga peserta conference internasional lainnya yang tidak dapat saya sebutkan satu persatu. Thanks to the advance of technology, nowadays, not only technology has become one of our basic needs, but technology is moving forward hand in hand, so advanced with communication, and it seems that nothing can really stop the advance and improvement so-called technology that it hits its point of what we are landed in today, the era of transformation from era 4.5 to the rise of digital industry and smart infrastructure. And the positive impact that we mentioned about leads us to the situation that exists from the world, shorten the distance, eliminates time, cost, as well as value. The main purpose of today's international conference is to answer the curiosity of where exactly artificial intelligence will bring human beings to. To begin this conference, let me invite Brother Bogor Rumban Raja PhD from the National Office of St. Thomas Catholic University, Indonesia, as he will lead the opening prayer.
Let us pray according to our religion and faith and belief, and allow me to pray in Catholic rites. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord Almighty, thank you for your guidance and protection during our rest last night. Thank you for health, energy, and spirit to do our activity today. Now we are going to start our conference. Be always the compass of this activity, so it really enriches us in our mission, especially via education. We ask this through your merciful love. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Next is national ceremony. Honorable audience, we welcome all of you to stand up. Para hadirin yang kami hormati, kami undang berdiri dan mengambil sikap sempurna. Indonesia menyanyikan lagu kebangsaan Indonesia Raya.
Indonesia tanah airku, tanahku darahku. Di sanalah aku berdiri, jadi pandu hidupku. Indonesia kebangsaanku, bangsa dan tanah airku. Marilah kita bersatu, Indonesia bersatu. Hiduplah tanahku, hiduplah negeriku, bangsaku, rakyatku semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah badannya untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
Next is Mas Aptikom.
Menjunjung tinggi kebersamaan, meningkatkan prestasi, berkarya bagi insan manusia, menggapai cita-cita, bersatu dalam keberagaman, saling berbagi ilmu, menuju pribadi tangguh berakhlak mulia, untuk bumi bersada, melangkah maju, merubah dunia, cipta daya kreasi, takkan berhenti, berkarya mengabdi, membangun negeri. Aptikom Jaya.
Honorable Audience, Mars Punika.
omnibus omnia unica, Santo Tomas Universitas kita, hiduplah majulah unica, Santo Tomas tetap berjaya.
Thank you. Balik ke tempat semula. Welcome and opening remarks. Proudly we present Conference General of Chairman, Bapak Zakaria Situmorang MT, that will be read out by the Secretary of Committee, Bapak Karasian Sittonga, Eskom, MSC.
Baju apa? Merah, kuning, putih. Minta sendok tadi Pak Mak. Udah siap Bapak makan? Minta sendok.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to welcome you all to this conference today. The Honorable Professor Dr. Lucius Compiel MBA, as Director of University Catholic of St. Thomas. The Honorable Advisors of Snikom Sumut, Professor Dr. Jarvis, Professor Obin Skonkol, Professor Dr. Tulus. The Honorable Dr. Poltak Sihomin Enkom, as the head of Snikom Sumut, and all of the administrators of Snikom Sumut. The Honorable Seorang Papahan Eskom Enkom, as the Dean of Faculty of Computer Science, Catholic University of St. Thomas. The Honorable Dr. Dennis Elango from University of Thailand, Bangkok. Dr. Jena and John from Bahrain. Professor Dr. PGR from India. And Dr. Zakaria Situmorang MT from University Catholic of St. Thomas. As our keynote speaker, we are very proud of your presence at this conference. On this occasion, we submit a brief report related to this event. The International Conference of Snikom is an annual event organized by Snikom Sumut, together with all members of University of Snikom. And this year, the Faculty of Computer Science was appointed as the host of this event. And the theme in this year is redesigning, re-engineering of artificial intelligence to be more efficient for education, business, and for global competitiveness. And the speakers are four speakers from 4 countries, namely Thailand, Bahrain, India, and Indonesia. The articles that we have received so far are 28 articles sourced from various universities, including Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas, Universitas Timor Nusa Tenggara Timur, Semit Igni Cirebon, Semit Handayani Makassar, Semit Akbar Makassar, Semit Logika Medan, Universitas Syariah Insani, Universitas Syariah Medan, University of Technology Bahrain, and University of Thailand. The number of participants present at this time is 441 participants, which are 400 participants are joining by Zoom meeting,
and 41 participants by offline. Thus, we confirm, we apologize if in this activity there are some shortcomings. Welcome to the International Conference of Snikom 2021 and welcome to Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas. I hope you have enjoyed this day so far. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we will invite Dean of Faculty of Computer Science, Catholic University of St. Thomas, Mr. Sorang Pakpahan, Skom, Mkom.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Warm welcome to all of us. Honorable Lord of University Katolik Thomas, Professor Dr. Yop Bungkir MBA, Vice Chancellor of Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas, Chairman of Snikom North Sumatera Region, Dr. Poltak Hombing Snikom, Chairman of International Conference Committee, Dr. Zacharias Semorang, the Honorable keynote speakers, Dr. Ines Lango from University of Thailand, Bangkok, Dr. Jin and John from University of Technology, Bahrain, Professor Dr. PGR from Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education, Kalasalingam Business School, India, Dr. Zacharias Sumorang MT from Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas, Indonesia, and all audience who join this international conference online or offline. First of all, let's say thank to God because of His blessings, so that we can see each other today in the international conference. Our respectful Mr. and Mrs. on this question, allow me to greet and welcome to all of you, all participants of international conference today. Snikom is a regular event which we held every year by Snikom of North Sumatra region. This year, Snikom is held by Faculty of Computer Science Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas as before. The theme of this year is designing the engineering of artificial intelligence to be more efficient for education, business, or global competitiveness. Thank you very much to Snikom who has given us trust of the host of this event. Thank you to Chancellor of Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas for all support so that this event can start successfully. Thank you very much to the speakers, Dr. Ines Lango, Dr. Kim and John, Professor Dr. PGR, and Dr. Zacharias Semorang. Thank you. Thank you to all the committee and all people that we cannot mention one by one. May this event beneficial for all of us for implementation and quality improvement of human resources. Thank you. Enjoy this webinar.
Thank you. Next, we will proudly invite Chairman of the Indonesian Association of Higher Education in Informatics and Computing, Mr. Dr. Poltak Sohombing, Mkom.
The Honorable President of the Foundation of the St. Thomas Catholic University, Unica, the President and member of the Unica, the Honorable Unica Chancellor, Professor Dr. Sihol Sisumpit, MBA, Unica Vice Chancellor, the Honorable Praga Bogor Baraja, the Dean of Computer Science Faculty of St. Thomas Catholic University, Mr. Soram Abraham, Computer Science, Master Computer Science, Chairperson of the department, and all the Unica lecturers, and also the Honorable Member of Apticom of North Sumatra Province. The Honorable keynote speakers, Dr. Dines Malago from Assumption University of Thailand, Dr. Tina and John from University of Technology Bahrain, Professor E.C.R. from Alasingan Academy of Research and Education, Alasingan Graduate School from India, Dr. Zakaria Sumorang, Technology from St. Thomas Catholic University, Indonesia. The Honorable Chairperson of this conference committee, Dr. Zakaria Sumorang MC, and all of team members, all of the participants of the Snikom conference, the Unica student organization, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Medan to all of the participants. Snikom is an association of informatics and computer science university in Indonesia, which is central based in Jakarta. Snikom is a forum for us to share information and for mutual cooperation, especially in the field of computer science and informatic technology. Snikom of North Sumatra region fully support this conference activities. We hope by this conference that all of the participants are able to collaborate, conducting research in order to take a part in the industrial revolution 4.0, which is currently being rolled out now. Ladies and gentlemen, Snikom is one of the activities conference agenda of Acticoms of North Sumatra region, which is held in Medan every year. This year, Snikom is handled by Unica. The host is the theme, the engineering of artificial intelligence to be more efficient, empowerment, the designing, business, and for global competitiveness. This theme is relevant to industrial revolution 4.0 is currently rolling. Based on the short, the Future of Jobs report, World Economic Forum, that in the industrial revolution 4.0, there are 8 important technologies that have the highest impact today, namely artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, robotics, blockchain, drone, 3D printing, virtual reality, and augmented reality. We as a lecturer and student must prepare ourselves to see the challenge and opportunity with this technology. If we look at the demand for all job-related skills in 2015 up to 2020, for all industries, the skill demand is follows. Skill request in 2020 year in cognitive ability, take it 15%, system skill 17%, complex problem solving 36%, content skills 10%, process skills 18%, social skills 19%, resource management skills 13%, technical skills 12%, and physical ability 4%. From 2018 up to 2020, the growing skill demand for core work-related skills for all industry is as follows. Cognitive abilities is 52%, system skill 42%, complex problem solving 40%, content skills 40%, process skill 39%, social skill 37%, resource management skill 36%, technical skill 33%, and the last one, physical ability 31%. Ladies and gentlemen, based on this data, how do we respond to the future of the future generation? This is the responsibility of all of us. Through this forum, I would like to convey 5 things to respond to the future. Namely, the first one is we have to commit to increase investment in digital development. Second one is always try to apply and latest technology prototype. The third, explore new forms of collaboration to improve digital skills. Fourth, collaborating between industry, academy, and community to identify skill demand and availability. The first one, let us develop an educational curriculum related to human digital skills. We hope that with this conference, participants can exchange receive information to fill future skill requests. Last but not least, I thank the question of the conference, Mr. Zakaria, Orang Papahan, Asian Kelitonga, Alex Ricci, and the team of St. Thomas Catholic University for the university for the opportunity given to me. I must apologize if there are mistakes in my speech. Yes. I especially want to say congratulations to all the participants of the conference. I close this speech with a wise word. Find what you love to do, what you believe is a great job, a great job is to love what you do. That's all for now, and thank you for this great event. Ora, mendoa-doa, Yahobu. Thank you.
Next, proudly we invite Chancellor of Catholic University of St. Thomas, Medan, Indonesia, Mr. Professor Dr. Sihol Situkir MBA, as he will as well officially presenting the opening of the International Conference of Computer Science and Information Technology 2021.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we say thanks to God for the time and the moment of event that we are joining today with our international conference. The honorable chancellors and vice chancellors of all universities that joins this national conference today, and then the dean of Faculty of Computer Science, Pak Pahan. Sorry, I forgot. The Vice Rector or Chancellor of St. Thomas Catholic University, Dr. Zacharias Sikumoran. Next, our distinguished speakers or not speakers from overseas. There are 4 countries that joins our international conference today. The first is Dr. Dennis Elango from Samson University of Thailand, Bangkok. The second, Dr. Jin and John, University of Technology, Bahrain. Then Professor Dr. PGR, University of Technology, Bahrain. And also Dr. Zacharias Sikumoran from St. Thomas Catholic University. Then Honorable Association of Snikom North Sumatra President Dr. Poltak Sihombing, and also the Chairman of the International Conference today, Mr. Zacharias Sikumoran, and also the participants of the conference based on the reports of the Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science and also the committee. There are around 441 participants and 28 papers that will be presented today. Thank you for the contributions of our distinguished keynote speakers and also the papers presented that joins our international conference today, conducted by St. Thomas Catholic University in coordination with the Association of Computer Science and Information Technology North Sumatra, coordinated by Dr. Poltak. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all scholars at St. Thomas Catholic University, really appreciate and welcome you all to join this conference today. And we are very glad and very happy as a host of international conference that passes to our university. Actually, we really need to invite you to come to Medan, to North Sumatra, to join this with offline. But because of the pandemic COVID coronavirus 19, we cannot do that one in our university time. And hopefully, one day when the pandemic COVID-19 over, we really expect you to come to Medan to North Sumatra to visit our university. And of course, that's the best moment to take you all to one of the largest lake all over the world. In the world, we call it one Lake Toba. This is a part of this university participate to promote Lake Toba. Ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate the paper presenters, especially 28 of you to present your papers in international conference today. And as a chancellor of university, of course, really expect that all papers can be published in international journals with the scope standard. This is a part of achievement of all of you as the researchers in our university. One more thing that I would like to appreciate all the paper presenters is because your articles can also support the national accreditation of your program study and also institution in our university today with the national accreditation of the Republic of Indonesia, we call it one BAN-PT, with the to meet the criterion, 9 criterion standard at this time. Thank you very much for all of you that contribute, especially the paper presenters from St. Thomas University, because we really now expect your publication that support our future institution. Thank you very much to all. And we support you to more, and we plan to realize the budget. And especially our distinguished speakers. Thank you very much from all 4 countries that our distinguished speakers. Welcome to North Sumatra. One day after the pandemic COVID-19, welcome to Indonesia and visit our St. Thomas Catholic University. And of course, we really need to make more discussion with, as a guest lecturers or guest speakers in a limited or study in general in our
itu renteng, tapi kalau yang kan ada 2 renteng saya beli sama juga, ini sama-sama 7 biji.
My speech in this international conference can get or achieve the goals of the have a success for today.
Let us give the big applause and then we proudly invite the Chancellor of Catholic University of St. Thomas Medan, Indonesia, Professor Dr. Sihos MBA, as he will officially presenting the opening of the International Conference of Computer Science and Information Technology 2021. Dengan bangga kami mengundang Rektor Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas Medan, Bapak Profesor Dr. Sihos yang akan membuka acara Konferensi Internasional Snikom 2021. Kami persilakan.
On behalf of the board and the Cooperation with Association of people North Sumatra, I open this international seminar officially.
Let us give a big applause. Next. to play with. Don't go anywhere.
Hai anak muda kreatif, masih bingung pilih kampus yang mana? Pastikan kamu memilih kampus yang berkualitas dan bersahabat seperti Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas.
Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas yang sering dikenal dengan Unika Medan telah berkiprah selama 37 tahun menghasilkan puluhan ribu alumni yang kompetitif, berkarakter, berjiwa entrepreneurship, dan sadar investasi.
Nah, saat ini saya sedang berada di Kampus 1 Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas. Kampus 1 ini terkenal dengan sejuk dan asri di Sumatera Utara. Nah, apa aja sih yang ada di Kampus 1 Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas? Yuk langsung aja ikutin saya.
Kampus 1 berada di Jalan Setiabudi, Tanjung Sari, Medan dengan menyediakan 8 fakultas dan 16 program studi sarjana. Di antaranya Fakultas Ekonomi, Teknik, Ilmu Komputer, Pertanian, Hukum, Sastra, Filsafat, Keguruan, dan Ilmu Pendidikan. Dengan lingkungan berkonsep sejuk dan asri, telah dilengkapi dengan sarana prasarana yang memadai seperti perpustakaan berbasis digital, kampus ministry, asrama putri, lapangan olahraga, berbagai laboratorium, lahan praktek, dan toko buku. Dengan adanya laboratorium yang lengkap, membuat kamu semakin semangat untuk mengikuti praktek loh. Adapun laboratorium kita diantaranya laboratorium pertanian, laboratorium komputer, laboratorium bahasa, dan laboratorium fakultas teknik. Nah, selain itu, ruang klinis fakultas hukum ada juga loh. Ruang klinis ini menjadi tempat praktek yang membuat mahasiswa fakultas hukum semakin berkualitas.
Hai, jumpa lagi dengan saya di Kampus 2 Universitas Katolik Santo Thomas. Kampus 2 ini dilengkapi dengan fasilitas yang kekinian. Penasaran kan? Yuk ikutin saya.
Kampus 2 berada di Gedung Katolik Center, Jalan Mataram nomor 21 Petisah, Hulu, Medan. Dengan konsep kekinian yang dilengkapi dengan berbagai fasilitas yang memadai membuat kamu nyaman saat kuliah. Di kampus 2 ini telah dibuka kelas karyawan dan kelas eksekutif dengan menyediakan program studi akuntansi, manajemen, ilmu hukum, dan pendidikan guru sekolah dasar. Unika Medan juga memfasilitasi mahasiswa supaya memiliki mindset digital dan kemampuan berbahasa Inggris dengan menggandeng lembaga dan universitas dari berbagai negara seperti Amerika Serikat, Jerman, Filipina, Kamboja, Jepang, Korea, dan Thailand. Selain itu, kita juga telah menyediakan kursus bahasa Inggris khusus untuk semua mahasiswa. Kursus berbasis e-learning di mana tenaga pengajarnya dari Amerika Serikat loh. Kualitas mahasiswa Unika Medan sudah terbukti dengan menjuarai berbagai kompetisi, baik nasional maupun internasional, seperti juara 1 duet se-Asia, juara 3 lomba Mobile Legends se-Asia, harapan 1 PUBG se-Asia, juara 1 dalam lomba sinematografi yang digelar oleh Kemendikbud Republik Indonesia, juara dalam lomba puisi, juara dalam lomba vlog oleh Kemendikbud Republik Indonesia, dan masih banyak lagi loh. Kualitas Unika Medan semakin diakui dengan melihat track record puluhan ribu alumni yang sudah berkarir di berbagai penjuru. Dengan kepiawaian para dosen bergelar profesor, S3 dan S2, lulusan dalam dan luar negeri akan membuat kamu semakin berkualitas dan pede. Nah, untuk yang berprestasi, tersedia juga berbagai beasiswa, termasuk beasiswa Uskup Agung Medan dan beasiswa Kartu Indonesia Pintar. Bagi kamu yang mendaftar tahun ini akan mendapatkan fasilitas berupa asuransi kecelakaan secara gratis, tes TOEFL dan TOEIC kompetensi dijamin oleh International Test Center, pelatihan berbahasa Inggris dengan menghadirkan coach dari Amerika Serikat, bimbingan soft skills oleh Unica Center of Soft Skills, dan International ITC Certification dari Microsoft USA. Yuk, bagi kamu yang mau cerdas dan berkarakter, silakan daftarkan diri kamu melalui www.pmb.ust.ac.id. Sekali lagi, www.pmb.ust.ac.id. Untuk informasi selanjutnya, hubungi kami di kontak person yang telah disediakan.
Mau kuliah?
Unika saja.
Unika saja.
Unika saja.
Unika saja.
Unika saja.
Unika saja.
Unika aja.
Unika saja.
Unika Medan saja.
Unika saja. Unika saja.
Come back. Next, ladies and gentlemen, proudly we invite the Chief of International Office of Catholic University, St. Thomas Medan, Indonesia, Brother Bogor Ruman Raja, as he will. Our honorable keynote speaker from Bangkok, Thailand, from Assumption University of Thailand, Bangkok, Dr. Dinesh Elanggo. Good day, Frater, are you with us?
Thank you, Alice. It is interesting to introduce multi-talent man. Senang memperkenalkan multi-talenta man Dr. Dinesh Elanggo. Actually, Elanggo already our friend, although we never meet each other face to face. Jadi Pak Elanggo sudah teman kita, walaupun kita belum pernah bertemu. And also I want to say you all, not only St. Thomas, you can contact Dr. Dennis. Jadi apa? Universitas lain, kampus lain juga silakan mengontak Dr. Dennis. Dia selalu bersedia untuk membantu Anda. Oke, Dr. Dennis Elanggo, he finished his Bachelor of Science in 2009, selesai S1 dalam ilmu pengetahuan tahun 2009, MBA 2011, and PhD in 2017. And also, he is now Vice President of IRIO and lecturer at Assumption University of Thailand. Jadi dia sekarang juga pengajar di Universitas Assumption Thailand. He has a very rich professional experience, Vice President, visiting professor, adjunct faculty, and so on. His presentation will be around artificial intelligence on blockchain and crypto in business. Jadi pemaparan beliau sekitar kecerdasan buatan dalam sistem pencatat dan penghitung transaksi. Oke, Dr. Elanggo, this is now your time and then, please.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bogor.
But sorry, Doc, your time about 45 minutes. Sorry, 40 minutes. Jadi waktunya sekitar 40 menit. And the audience can write your question and remark in the chat room. Thank you. Please.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your introduction. I hope you're able to hear my voice, right?
You can hear
it audible? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for giving this opportunity to present my presentation in the International Conference on Artificial Intelligence. And before going to start, I would like to express my thankfulness and gratitude to University of St. Thomas Catholic, Medan, Indonesia. So all the dignitaries and speakers and deans and the colleagues and faculty members and students, a very warm good morning to all. So let me share the screen for my today's presentation. It is on business in artificial intelligence with blockchain and cryptocurrency. So what is it? In perspective of business. So I'm going to present. Let me share the screen for you. Is it visible, my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Okay. So today's presentation topic is which is artificial intelligence on blockchain and cryptocurrency, which is in the business perspective. This is my second topic, which is in the artificial intelligence in business, and same with University of Catholic, St. Thomas. So in the today's conference theme is also related to artificial intelligence. In this presentation, I'm going to give facts and the future area of where you can get the growth with the artificial intelligence in terms of business. Nowadays, we are using any gadgets, okay, any gadget, so it produces a lot of data. So without data, we cannot do any business. So data is a part of informatics. So how we are getting data and how we are going to analyze and how we are going to analyze this data with very good potential growth for our business. Okay, this is what it's a part with both information technology as well as business. So combined together, what are the different aspects that you can grow your business and link together? That's what we are going to focus in today's presentation. In artificial intelligence, very wide and very big topic, vast area, artificial intelligence with numerous technologies, etc. So in young generations, you know very well about artificial. Just let me give you some brief about artificial intelligence. The simulation of human intelligence into machine. So it is a including learning, reasoning, and perceptions. Okay, that's the main goal of artificial intelligence. With the use of human thinking, how machines can think. So that is the beginning of artificial intelligence. It is used across different industries: finance, healthcare, retail, marketing, etc. So all the industries, it can be adopt AI into their business, and it may be one single AI or maybe combined with the two artificial, maybe more than two complex artificial. You can do multiple tasks at a single time, like how a human is thinking. Similar way, machines can think and the processes. So in this infographic, you can see that in the world of artificial intelligence, around everybody is using mobile phone. So mobile phone creating a lot of data with numerous applications. So all the applications generate more number of data. So this involved with the big data, right? So this device will make their own choices. Like if you are using any e-commerce or photos, camera, or any application that generates data. So decisions and your behavior, how you are using data. So the company will collect and show you what's your in with adopting with the artificial intelligence. It is expected that 10 million jobs, okay, 10 million jobs is going to eliminate because it's reducing the human intervention by machine. So this is what going to happen in the future businesses. Already it's happening now, and also in future it's going to happen again more and more with the intervention of AI machine. And 25% of engineers at Facebook, okay, more 25 and more than that of engineers are just only simple example with the Facebook. They're using working with artificial intelligence because everyone is using Facebook. Maybe you have one Facebook ID or two or more. So it recognizes who you are, and even if you post anything, even you post in the past, okay, it recognize the memory and recollect and give it to you, okay, in the present. So and you have collection of photos with you. So in your devices like mobile devices or Google Photos, etc. It collect combined and tells you as a video format. So this is a simple example for how artificial collect the information of the users and give it to you. right? So it is just like we are using as a free. Think about as a company, very big company, they are treating as a business. So machine learning is one of the part of artificial intelligence. It uncovers the patterns of data, makes into prediction. So your data in the past, okay, accessing in the present and predicting the future. Okay, that's what is happening in the artificial. And this AI will execute on many discoveries and business insights of any industries, and also related with IoT. Nowadays, the future of IoT, Internet of Things, also include with the devices and artificial combinations and so on. It makes all possible together. Even we can imagine and beyond our imagination. So this is the just a brief introduction about the AI and some of the example in the real life what we are using. So maybe at least we come across in our daily life about one or two or more than two AI usages in our daily life. Maybe like you can think about your mobile navigation. Like you are using Google Maps, okay, when you are selecting from a destination from starting destination, I mean starting point to end point, the destination. So it tells you which is the shortest route and which route has traffic, which route has no toll, and what if there is a more traffic, more congestion, etc. So it's rerouting, etc. And like fingerprint on your mobile device, facial recognition and voice recognition, translations. So many applications that combine with the artificial nowadays our everyday life they are using, right? And also if you are using any website or YouTube channel, any application with you, so you can also view like how many views of your channel, how many impressions that created, how many users have viewed your profile, viewed your blog, etc. So you can determine what is the next step that you are going to do, take more growth of your YouTube channel or applications, etc. So this is a real life we are doing as a AI. And next next step is like blockchain. Okay, blockchain now also using the AI principles. Okay, the new technology. It's like a specific type of database. It's from different from the formal one to the blockchain databases, and it stores the data into block and link chain together. So once you created a data that's entered into the block, and it is a timestamp and it's stable, and you cannot able to break it. Data cannot be breached, highly secure, and different types of information can be stored in the blockchain, and most commonly like ledger uh, transactions. And decentralized blockchains are immutable. Nobody cannot breach. So data is very safe. That's why blockchain is very secure. But the system where you're storing, if it is not encrypted, that system may be hacked. Okay, but blockchain you cannot able to breach it. So that's a difference between the data security. For many cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, they use the technology, blockchain technology. Okay, how the user um, requesting a data, and this transaction is goes to the P2P network, peer-to-peer network, in the consisting of more nodes. And once the data is validated, the transaction is validated with the different connected users in the network, and new mining is generated. So newly mined units of any cryptocurrencies. So this cryptocurrency in the fact, I mean, in the algorithm, cryptographic algorithm, this is called the uh, crypto mining. So it is stored in the current timestamp. So it created a new block, and the block is having your data, the different types of information, the block, and it's linked together with a new chain. So this is how blockchain is working. Nowadays, there are many blockchains are available technology because it's very after 2010 there are plenty of different types of blockchains and their technologies emerging. They classified into four different types of blockchain, like consortium. It's only used research organization or banking or supply chain or only sole entity. Okay, the consortium. Okay, not the information is not shared by others. Okay, it's only within your organization. And second is hybrid or semi-private. So it is like hospitals or real estate or other companies shared with the only their stakeholders can use it. Semi-private blockchain types. And the third one is private blockchain type, which is asset ownership or only within the company, so cannot access into outside of company. So unless you authorize, then you cannot able to share it. So it is a private blockchain, and most importantly, the last one is public. The public is like what we are using right now, cryptocurrencies and document validation, smart contracts, proof of work, and everything. So these are the different types of blockchains that we are currently using with the principles of AI, artificial intelligence. Because there are you can write the program in an algorithmic way, like machine learning, deep learning, or etc. So this type of blockchain is also used in the artificial intelligence. Let me go to the next slide. And with the principle of blockchain as well as cryptography is secured with cryptography principle, and blockchain technology is created with the cryptocurrencies, the digital or virtual currencies. These cryptocurrencies are you cannot able to counterfeit or make it a duplicate. So it is very highly secured, and many cryptocurrencies are decentralized. So nobody can authorize, nobody can own it. So either the organization or the government or nobody cannot own it. So this is the advantage of cryptocurrencies, as well as there are some disadvantages because there is no regulations for cryptocurrencies, the trading or with regulating or etc. So cryptocurrencies, it's based on the blockchain technology, and it's a distributed ledger enforced by a spread network of computers. So nowadays, very popular Bitcoin, Ethereum, then um, Dogecoin, etc. There are lots of cryptocurrencies are available in the market. As of 2021, more than 4,000 cryptocurrencies are available in the market, which is having billions of US dollar trading every day, and it's having a wide range of features and the growth in financial market, forex or gold or other commodities. Okay, digital currencies has its own values, and defining this feature of cryptocurrencies is that they generally not issued by any central authority. So that's why it's very popular and powerful. It's decentralized, nobody owning it, and it's rendering them theoretically immune to the government interference or manipulation. Some of the examples for the cryptocurrencies, like cryptocurrencies also have different types, like coins, tokens, or digital currencies, or stable coins, etc. So many different types of cryptocurrencies. Like here an example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple. So these are the coin-based cryptocurrencies, like token-based, like Tron, VeChain, Oh my God, like Omigo, OMG. So these are the tokens that use for the can purchase or you can use for reimbursement or rewards, etc. So there are different cryptocurrencies are available in the market. And when you combine artificial intelligence and the blockchain together, so what is the impact in it? So both artificial intelligence and blockchain, when you combine together, it's very powerful pair. Powerful. It's improving almost every industry from healthcare, from retail, from manufacturing, or any industry combined as well as blockchain for emerging technologies. So blockchain and artificial intelligence combining to upgrade everything from food supply chain, logistics, healthcare, record sharing, yeah, royalty, and financial security, retails, etc. Many industries they can use uh, both pair because it's very powerful, and it needs large data sets like big data. So nowadays, big data, every device or the companies they have used lots of data, and data is inevitable. So in every day there are quintillions of data is generating, right? Um, in worldwide data that is expected to hit almost 175 zettabytes by 2025 per day. Okay, that's an estimated value of how data is impact in our daily life around the world, and it's around a 61 percentage of cumulative growth rate, like, about big data and artificial. It is not only the rise of AI, it is also use of blockchain and other technologies emerge with it. So what this data about? So how we are working, how we are playing, how we are travel, and how we are making decisions. So everything you can collect the data and present, and what we like, what we need, what we expect. So everything you can present with the our predictions with AI. So just imagine beyond our imagination. So these two together, like combined potential, compounded. So you guys are knowing about the power of compound. So likewise, the compounded with blockchain technologies. Like in the AI, to be why it is very important and why it is very growth, because the present, and the past statistics shows that the around the world, $327.5 billion only in 2021, according to the Statista, uh, and AI software. Okay, only for the software alone, the market revenue. So, like just thinking about the algorithm or the software available in the market is around 247.6 billion US dollars. Only the software, and adoption with the software is going more. And largest patent and largest company for AI, IBM, and their investment around the world about 67.85 billion US dollar, the global corporate investment only for artificial and equity, and the most region is United Nations, sorry, United States of America, and the service segments, and that's a segment is only with the AI market is 19.7 billion US dollars for the services. And AI, artificial intelligence business operations, global revenue is expected in 2023, 10.8 billion US dollars. Their operations in revenue for AI. And machine learning is about and expected about 2.54 billion US dollar in 2024. And fashion industry AI market, because retail sector only with the fashion industry fashion accessories, fashion clothing, etc., valued next year about 861.6 million US dollar. And the biggest artificial intelligence use only in selected industry like IT and telecommunication. Okay, where cyber security, the biggest use of artificial this industry, and IBM's alone uh, artificial intelligence market revenue only for IBM is 303.8 million US dollar, and most valued artificial intelligence unicorn startup, okay, ByteDance. You hope you know that ByteDance is famous for TikTok, right? TikTok, Musically, and even in Indonesia, I don't know how to pronounce BAB, Fab, right? So these are the very big startup companies, the use of artificial intelligence, and that's why business are looking for more potential growth in the IT sector, especially in AI, the combination with a business and other technologies. And how about blockchain cryptocurrencies? Again, with there are numerous factors and the potential growth for these two, like investment into blockchain, the venture capital funding into blockchain around startup companies in the worldwide, 2.3 billion US dollar. After 2015, there are plenty of blockchain companies and cryptocurrencies companies are startup around the world. So it generates more and more revenue. They're creating lots of business opportunities around the world. So nowadays you can see that the growth of Bitcoin when they introduced in 2009 until now. So what is the growth of Bitcoin in the behind the principle of blockchain? And the largest initial ICO, just initial coin offering in the blockchain startup is EOS. That's another cryptocurrency coin. And ultimately, US is sharing overall blockchain funding is about 51% of the total market uh, funding. And in cryptocurrency, the total number of blockchain wallet around the world with cryptocurrency is 76.2 million. That's why it's very popular and potential growth in the cryptocurrency market. And leading cryptocurrency exchanges, Binance. Hope you know that Binance is one of the lead exchange in cryptocurrency market. Those who are trading or those who are investing cryptocurrency, you know that Binance. And market share alone for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the largest uh, market share with the potential market cap into cryptocurrencies, holding 66% of the total crypto coin markets. And the cross border payment, you can pay internationally without any hassle. Within a fraction of second, you can transfer the money, that you can trust the blockchain, and the security level is very high. So that's why banking also thinking to use stabilize and strengthen their network by using blockchain. And worldwide spending on blockchain solutions with the cryptocurrencies around 6.6 billion US dollar in 2021. And the cryptocurrency market, 18.82 million US dollar worldwide, having only Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has the first and most market capitalization value, 846 billion US dollar of the worth of market capitalization, and it holds 66% shares with the cryptocurrencies. Okay, so that's what very become very popular and the growth in their. Let me give you some example and the growth for the future of business into D apps, or simply called as a decentralized application. So both combination with AI, blockchain, and D apps, decentralized applications. It is again it's a blockchain-based decentralized application. Can do with a website, or you can do mobile application. What how the traditional apps are also working, but the difference between traditional application, decentralized applications are only simple thing. Centralized for the traditional application. So any entity or any government or any person can hold it. I mean, the authority, they have the authority. So that's a traditional application format. But whereas decentralized application, it can be any number of users can use it. So nobody can own it. Okay, that's the main difference with the decentralized application. Okay, it's run in the distributed and immutable blockchain networks. Okay, it is not controlled. It is not controlled by the operating system, or it is not controlled by the central authority. Okay, so in terms of what you can do, so D apps and decentralized applications runs everything from games, marketplace, exchanges, uh, even in finance, lending, etc. So with the use of decentralized application, okay, nowadays, very popular application is DeFi, or decentralized finance. You can lend, you can borrow, you can invest, you can exchange, you can store, whatever you can do with the finance, okay, decentralized finance. So no banking, no intermediate, no exchanges cannot control you. Okay, it's between you and the user, other users. You can trust both party, and you can lend, you can borrow with some collateral securities. Okay, that's why DeFi is one of the next future finance in the digital currency market. Okay, there are numerous applications for decentralized finance. Okay, it is recreate the traditional finance systems. Okay, how we are transacting. Okay, how the banks is working, exchanges, etc. with cryptocurrencies. So most of these decentralized finance is working in the Ethereum blockchain. Some of the applications works in the Binance Smart Chain, etc. And the difference between DeFi apps to operate without a central service, or like as I said, no entity, no exchanges. Okay, nobody can control over the entire system. So that's a very popular and success for the DeFi. It has advantage as well as disadvantages too. Every technology has their its own advantages and disadvantages. Through this decentralized finance lending, so user can lend any type of cryptocurrencies, tokens, coin, etc. Like how the traditional banks do. The same way you can lend your coins and cryptocurrencies, and you also can earn the interest. How many, how long you can lend your money. Okay, you also pay interest how long you borrow the cryptocurrencies. Okay, and sometimes it's very complex, depends on the different kinds and different nature of decentralized finance, and also it's controlled with the X, decentralized exchanges. Okay, again, there is no intermediate for control, and the main thing is that know your customer, so no need to register or anything. Okay, because why it is very popular, because the potential growth from 2022 nowadays, the growth is about from 2020, it's the value was around 686 billion US dollar from January 1st 2020, but nowadays it's growth up to 15.6 billion US dollars. That's why this is very potential uh, AI, the blockchain in terms of this. So such high-ended interest has large investment. So more startup companies and big multinationals also work, and they get their decentralized finance and blockchain has very big market and big future in the coming few years. Okay. So everybody can access to this. The next, before going to share this, share some of the websites here. I hope you can see the website. Do you see this?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, okay, right. So just for your information, like in this coin market cap is it's a largest uh, market cap for the all the cryptocurrencies and blockchain and other exchanges. So you can see the cryptocurrencies price at present and their market cap and what is the value and how many traders, etc. With the different portfolios and different cryptocurrencies, different categories. In that, I'm going to talk about only the decentralized finance. So in decentralized finance, the most uh, decentralized finance is Avalanche, Swap, Chainlink, DAI. There are many DeFis are available. So it has more in a volume as well as their market cap. So in terms of market cap, you can see here. So Avalanche has more market cap and Uniswap. There are both. Yesterday when I checked this information, Uniswap was the first one. Now it's beaten by Avalanche, right? And you can see the potential growth in this. Let's see Uniswap. Okay, so you can swap with one crypto coin to another cryptocurrencies. You can swap the wallet without any interference. Okay, just create a wallet and you can transfer up to you uh, different coins. Also, you can think about everyday life. You can purchase anything in the retail. You can purchase in food. You can purchase in clothing, commerce, etc. In many retail sector like food chains, KFC, and when you Singapore bullion store, so they also started accepting crypto coins for their businesses. Okay, so also you can earn when you lending your money. You can develop, trade, and you can lend, borrow money with these coins. Okay, so the analytics with the AI. So how many trades volume and how many users and every day and every second how many trades are going on. Also another um, DeFi is uh, Pancake. Trade anything, Bitcoin or the currencies, fiat money or any other coins that you can trade anything. So no registration, no uh, ownership, nothing. Trade any token. So it's a principle behind blockchain is finance, not chain. So connect your wallet and those who are registered companies, you trade within a seconds. Second is how you hope you know that Brave browser. Okay. So Brave browser also one of the best example for DApps, a decentralized applications. So while you browsing, so you can generate revenue for it. And CryptoKitties, it's also another like Hello Kitty. It's a crypto kitties. So you can create your own cartoon, your own too. So let me back to the slides. Sorry. So in business leaders and investors are morely focusing with the potential business growth with the technology, because without technology, without AI, without machine learning, without the blockchain, so in the future business may be very rare, okay, because it's reducing cost, reducing the manage, you can able to manage risk and streamlining all the business operations, and it accelerating the growth of your business, and it's also ignite and fueling the innovation of the new product, new services, um, technology inventions, etc. So the potential market business, the next is with AI is marketing, customer services, and sales, and also in retail. So these are the classified as a three major area where AI can realize its full potential according to the Forbes survey. And apart from that, where you can do AI, the blockchain, other technologies, emerging technologies, big data, Internet of Things, learning, autonomous vehicles nowadays, automatic vehicles in using 5G technology and robotic process automation, chatbots, translation service, behavior prediction, marketing, HR and recruitment like application tracking system, then digital marketing, healthcare like medical records and insurance, retail sectors and e-learning. So nowadays we are also using, right. So these are the potential growth with the technologies. To conclude that many advancements in the area of AI, blockchain, currency, technology is growing every day very rapidly, like lightning. So I'm talking today, maybe tomorrow it may be the day after tomorrow. So every day there are changing and the technologies like growing up very fast. And we have just only begin what we are match. So there are plenty of opportunities, possibilities the next few come. So with the help of big data, blockchain, AI, and so many other application technologies, already the horizon. The business leaders and the companies, organizations, leaders to advise to seek out more potential growth and opportunity, adopt into your business, in adopt these applications, their business models in the tomorrow's consumer. That's all about my presentation. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to present in national communities in the platform of National Conference on Artificial Intelligence. Thanks to University of St. Thomas Catholic, Medan, and Indonesia. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh. Big applause for your rich presentation. Because of the limit of the time, after this, Dr. Dennis will try to answer in the chat room. I think this really relate to student of computer science. This is opportunity for you. You study it and become your profession in the future. But Alice, can you give one question? Okay. For the audience, we give opportunity to one question direct to Dr. Dennis. Dinesh. Question. So from Andrew Jonathan Damanik say, I have a question. We know cryptocurrency transactions are so hard to trace. I think some criminal use this advantage to do the crime activities such as money laundering, drug transaction, or the other legal transaction. How can blockchain cryptocurrency developer prevent this or to make cryptocurrency transaction just for legal transaction? Dr. Rines, you have a
Thank you. Thanks
comment?
for the question. So I have already told you that any technology that has its own advantages as well as disadvantages. So that's why many countries have not regulate and not accepting cryptocurrencies and investment or transactions. You can see from many countries regulations. So there is no proper regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies. So that's why because of this only, because of criminal activities, legal transaction, money laundering, and terrorist activities. So that's why many countries are uh, not going for the green signal for cryptocurrencies. Okay. But the advantages are very good. You can transaction like without any intermediary. You can eliminate banking fees. You can eliminate the transaction fees, etc. There are a lot of advantages for having this. So, according to IMF, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank, so they are uh, right now they are doing for the regulations for cryptocurrencies by end of 2022. So they are planning to regulate and give a common framework for all the cryptocurrencies in the world. Okay, so first they would like to start with the G20 countries. So this is what I have read from the IMF website. So they have working on this regulation framework. So this is you know this is the current answer for this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think if you have any question, you can contact privately to Dr. Dinesh. If you need his WA number, you can contact me. Because of the limitation of the time, now I give it back to Mrs. Alice, please.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
From the Assumption University of Thailand for the remarkable information that he shared with us. Thank you, Dr. Dinesh, and thank you, Brother Bogor Lumat. Next, we would like to invite the Chancellor of University of Catholic University of St. Thomas, Mr. Professor Dr. Agus to present humbly our appreciation of participation to Dr. Dinesh Elango for his time, effort, as well as ideas shared among us. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Dennis Elango. On behalf of the St. Thomas Catholic University, I really appreciate your contribution as a keynote speaker for our international conference today. Here it is, your certificate from our university as a host of international conference. This is as a part of our way to appreciate your contribution. Thank you very much for your contribution. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For your
okay, next.
talk of love. Thank you.
Okay, next we will present the second keynote, Dr. Gina and John. Dr. Gina, are you with us now? Yeah, Dr. Gina.
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Gina, are you with us?
Yes. Yes, I'm with you.
Yes. How do you do?
I'm fine. Am I audible?
Gina, how do you do?
I'm fine, ma'am.
Okay, so first of all, I would introduce you to having 10 years of work experience in the field of academic and non-academic sectors has molded you to become an editor, academician, and researcher. And your ambition is to become a research scholar, best mentor, and lecturer. Wow, this is amazing. And being an assistant professor, you can handle various different subjects that are forwarded responsibility to you. Now, can you tell us what is your topic today?
My topic today is analyzing students' motivation in online classroom using mediation procedures.
That's very interesting. So you will speak from the perspective that human nature or human being as part of the nature. Am I right?
Yes,
How
ma'am.
the interaction with this artificial intelligence, what we call so-called online learning.
Online learning, yes.
I'll give you about 20 minutes time to present. Is that okay with you?
Okay, what is my time?
Around 20 minutes, is that enough for you? Or you want more?
Yes, I think so. I can finish it out within 20 minutes.
Please, your time, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, ma'am. You can see.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Gina, and I'm from Bahrain. I'm working as assistant professor for the University of Technology, Bahrain. My today topic is about analyzing students' motivation in online classroom using mediation procedures. Now, before I go much further, we know motivating students in online class is a very big challenge. In some of the studies, it has been highlighted that the students are having lack of motivation, and it is relating to the academical performances. In some studies, they are saying they are able to motivate the students. At the same time, the students are able to increase their academical performances. So collaborating, collaborating this using the technology to teach the students by using different tools, it stays on the challenge of the teacher. Now, as when the COVID has started, globally around 1.2 billion children were out of their physical classrooms. So it became a challenge for the teachers, like how to engage the students, how to make sure that they are going as per the syllabus or the curriculum that is fixed in the higher educations or in schools. World Bank, at that time, World Bank has also been connected with the ministries of different countries. So encouraging the countries, institutes to use the online platform in an effective way to give the or to discuss the learning materials that is fixed by the higher educations. Now, before I go much further, this is one of the dependent variable that I have been used, or I have been selected for, because students motivation can be triggered with many of the factors. Now we are saying that now if you look here, you can see that there is a large level of correlations could be seen between motivations and the students' perception in flipped classroom learning. In some cases, they were saying that even being in the traditional class or even being in the online classes, the performance are same. In some instances, they are saying that the performance has been increased for the students at with a percentage, maybe 10%, 20%. Changes in the students' grades can be seen. Some students who have not fallen in the category of A grades has been able to push themselves and reach into the category of grade A through this online platform. So we are trying to find out what factors can actually motivate the students to come for the online classes. Now, one of the factors which I have taken is writing assignments. Now, writing assignments means different ways of writing, as different types of writing assignments are there. In the sense means formative assignments are there, or there are graded assignments are there. Classroom writing assignments, which is happening within the online class. So these can actually, in one or the other way, try to motivate the students. For example, if the writing assignments are very interactive, okay, in a sense that it is triggering their analysis, or if it is triggering their evaluations, or they can critically think about a particular concept, online writing assignments can become an interactive aspect for the students. So if you look here, adapting online assignments have increased an average grade of 7.5%. So for the students in the Dickinson State University. Here also online learning can create an anxiety for the students, because if the writing assignments are not being discussed properly to the students, it can create an anxiety for the students. Okay, and at the same time, we have to make sure as a lecturer or as an instructor, we have to make sure that it is relating with the learning outcome of our of the curriculum or the syllabuses that is fixed by our institutes. Now, there is a stress and anxiety in particular subjects, like for example, language subjects, statistical subjects, or mathematical subjects. Students try to undergo their set of anxiety or stress, because these types of subjects do require a lot of face-to-face practical learning. They need to use the whiteboards, or they need to solve the particular problem in front of the teacher. So when these types of subjects can create a lot of anxiety in students. So how can we overcome that anxiety? One way is that interaction. With whom? Interaction with your peer, interaction with your own teachers can also, overcome the anxiety in their students. So there are also research being proved that with interactions can reduce the anxiety in the students. And anxiety, if I'm going more detail into anxiety, they're saying there are also because these subjects are a very great challenges. They are a very great challenges for the students to learn it online. Now, teachers approach. How do as a teacher, or how do you approach your students? Okay, what methods do you use? Or do you give them a chance to interact with them in the classroom? Do you give them a chance to go for a group discussion? Do you encourage their ideas? Are you able to support them with their ideas, give them particular resources? Because these are something that is relating to the teacher's learning process, teaching processes, which can actually shape the classroom practices, because the students' motivation is the central aspect for a teacher-students relationships. So this can when there is a good relation between a teacher and a student, it can actually increase the performance of the students, or that can also lead them to engaged in the class. It can lead to increase them in the class. Plus, this teacher approach can be built when we are going before inside the classroom with a planned in-class activity is taken. Based on this only, an approach or a student approach can be built up. Now, learning materials. There are several types of learning materials are available. We have online resources. Some resources are being developed by the teacher itself based on the research that is being done, or from the experiences. And also there are different types of videos available. So how are you going to select the peculiar resources that could fit for the students' learning? Or how do you measure these type of learning materials do have a high impact on the students' learning process, and how it is helpful for having an effective curriculum? Because when there is an effective curriculum, it will help the students to have a proper reading skill, calculation skill, or to overcome subjects that is very challengeable for the students. So so there are findings saying that it could motivate the student in terms of learning in the lessons, educational environment, material, evaluations. So all these things are relating to learning materials. Now, work-life balance. We know when the COVID situation have come, especially working women at the same time, if they are also parallelly coming to colleges, or if they are level of housework, level of work tasks can actually create and can actually create a pressure for the students to be actively engaged in the classroom. So what does they suggest? In some cases, the students try to suggest they want to have some recreational activities. They want to have some activities that they could be more relaxed. Okay, sometimes in my class, I used to play with them certain games. I used to play with them certain games in such a way, like Wheel of Names. Wheel of Name is one game. We used to play Kahoot. Okay, I used to encourage my students to go for storyboard, so that they create some of the stories. So this, in one or the other way, it is somehow trying to reduce their pressure or of their coming to class, or it is some way it is helping them to be motivated in coming to the classrooms. Now, interaction. With all these factors which I have mentioned, I have told to you that interaction is the biggest aspect. Now, interaction, I took it as a mediator here, because here interaction plays a great role. Now, when the COVID has started, or before COVID also, technology was being boomed. Now, there are different methods how you can interact with your students, or they can interact with their peer, especially if you are into a WhatsApp group, or if you are getting connected with any types of networkings or social medias. This is also helping the students to interact each other when there is a complicated subject. For example, mathematics subjects. Sometimes it's very difficult to understand the mathematical subjects, statistical subjects. So a good level of interaction is actually required, so they will understand the formulas, or ultimately they can bring out a solutions for a particular problem. I remember when I was teaching the mathematics of investment, using whiteboard, in the Zoom whiteboard, to an extent, maybe there are 30 students, or maybe there are around the 40 students are there. Out of it, you can take a 50%, where 50% of them are only able to use the whiteboard, or can access to my whiteboard to solve the particular problem. Remaining of them, maybe they are not updated with the technology, or they are not able to access with the technology. They are not able to learn the formulas. At the same time, they are not able to understand what is the final outcome when they are using a particular problem. So in this situation, a particular group was being created where they could interact each other by writing the formulas, or they call each other, they try to discuss each other. A good level of interactions has been taken place between the students, between the teacher and the students, so they can understand the particular concept. Now, I've been asked them particular type of questions. In some instances, I have did with them. but you can say a proportion students don't depend on the blogs. Sometimes they try to use the online textbooks, okay, to get their materials. Then sometimes they feel comfortable, because comfortable in the sense means these writing assignments can contribute to the grade for the students. So they feel that it is being fairly marked because it is discussed on platform itself. Once they finish writing the assignment, it is discussed on platform. So they are able to understand their assignments. Okay, the level of they have written language. If there is a problem, we try to change it. So in a one or the other way, the teacher plays a maximum role in helping them or assisting them in writing the assignment. Now, stress and anxiety, sometimes they feel stressed because we know that a lot of network issues are being going around. Sometimes in between, when classes are taking, it gets maybe the internet get disrupted. They are not able to reconnect back. So these can also create a disturbance for them, or that create an anxiety, or they feel pressured. Okay, sometimes some students comes and tell to me, "Ma'am, I lost the network connection. Please let us know what is discussed in the class." So the entire videos that is being recorded in the classroom has to be uploaded in the Moodle, so that make sure so they are not they have been not missed out the classrooms. This is how the way through the Moodle we are being connected. So we upload the materials, we discuss with the classroom, give them the recorded videos, so that they will not miss the particular things that is discussed in the class. And they, in a day, they will not be handling with my own subject, or they are not only with me in a particular subject, they could be with other multiple teachers. So they will be receiving lots of information, lots of emails from the teacher side and from the administration side. So these are also one part of contributing to their stress or balancing their stress. Okay, and sometimes in some instances, we could presume that online exams could keep a pressure. Okay, well, some of them it's a pressured aspect, because as well as I told you about the network issue, because in between when they were doing exams, there are chances for their the network could get disconnected. So this is also one aspect of it. Now, teachers approach how this teachers uses different classroom tools and games. Okay, tools and games in the sense means we particularly try to use Kahoot, or we used Padlet, Wheel of Names. Okay, Wheel of Names we have used. Zoom using Google Forms. You know, once you do a quiz or assignments in the Google Forms, you try to we try to give them a small dummy certificates, you know, made up certificates, so that it will be encouraging them to come into the classrooms. Sometimes we do live quizzes, you know, in the on spot. I ask them questions on spot. So that is also there. Sometimes the on-spot quizzes are given graded. That can also help the students. Okay, so there are also platforms like we say breakout rooms. The breakout rooms are being used, so the students can discuss or develop a projects, bring out new ideas, concepts. Same like what Dr. Dinesh has been discussed about blockchains. So there are concepts given to the students relating to the blockchains, or there are concepts saying that how the technology is helping the industries for their advancement. What are the new changes? So there is an open platforms being provided, just like breakout room, to give them more informations about certain concept. Now, learning materials, they feel that sometimes the learning materials are very effective when it is being discussed in the classrooms, not from reading from the PowerPoint, or not just grabbing out things from the textbooks. We are discussing certain concepts. Okay, in that way, they are able to interpret what learning materials has been uploaded in the model. Okay, and they are able to access online libraries. Online libraries are being available. They are able to access it. They are able to access the videos, texts, practice exercises, and also the language used in the materials are being interpreted in a very simpler form or a simpler languages to according to the students need, or they are able to understand that particular subject. Now, work-life balances, in many instances, they say they are getting support. They are being highly supported by their parents or their spouse to do the particular type of, to attend the classrooms or to be motivated to be in the class. Okay, they do get enough time to study. They feel they are able to get balanced. They feel that they need a lot. They feel that they are aware that leisure and recreation encourage having a better lifestyle. So when we went to online, some of the students, or the opinion of the students which I have collected, was that they are able to spend time with their family, especially working parents or working students. They are able to spend time with their families, and they are able to find time for the leisure purposes or recreation activities. So this can reduce their stress they face from the work and have a proper work-life balance. Okay, social interactions. Okay, they are being active learning. Okay, just a minute. So they are saying that they are able to have an active learning since taking places inside the classroom. They are being appreciated when the informations are shared in the classrooms. They are being supported each other when any dispute being arise. They are being mentally supported. The teachers are also giving them proper support, or they get proper interactions. Now, as I said to you before, the students are more motivated when they are being played with the games. Like, for example, live quizzes. Live quizzes are being given. Kahoots are being given. So they are able to understand from this particular aspect. Then they are able to get more information from the assignments. Then I do encourage my students to read inside the classroom in front of 30 to 40 students, so that they are able to develop their reading skills. Sometimes the words are very difficult for them to phrase. So we will be giving them guidelines guidance on how to phrase the particular sentences. Okay, so these are being motivated. Now, my basic analysis or basic motive for this to study is to analyze the effect of writing assignments or by students on their motivation to come in online class, and the significance of mediating students' interaction to motivation. The same in the way of stress and anxiety, same in the ways of teachers' approach, learning material, work-life balance. Now, this is my conceptual model, which I have used it for my study, okay, for this particular study. And there are 5 hypotheses. Okay, there are 5 hypotheses, same on the basis of the analysis which I have been done. 5 hypotheses I have been used to understand if these factors like writing assignments, stress and anxiety, teachers' approach, learning material, work-life balance have an impact or have an effect on the students' motivation by using mediating factors like interaction. Okay, now this is my reliability table. Okay, now from the reliability table, now we know that the Cronbach alpha is widely used to measure the reliability or the internal consistency of the data result. The lesser consistency indicate that the data is considered to be very less useful. The consistency ranges from 0 to 1, and which are being used to understand the proportion of the variation. Now, the variables here are being shown, it is more than 80%, which indicate that there is a consistency the consistency, and the consistencies are acceptable. Now the Cronbach alphas should be equal or greater than 7. So in this table, you can see that the majority of the variables or the variables has been gone more than 70%. Or more than 70, more than 80%, which we can consider that the data are being reliable. Now, discriminant validities are tested in different ways. Now, their cross-loading is there, Fornell and Larker, HTMT ratio. Now, in this, I have used HTMT values have been used, where you can see the majority of the values are more than, majority of the values are less than, they are less than 0.85, 0.90, which indicates that there is less discrimination in the validity. Now here also, as per the correlation table, we know there is a thumb rule for the correlations, where we say that okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Is it okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay, were you able to follow with me in the last slide?
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now this is about the students' motivation. This is about the students' motivations, where it has been said that the R value indicate that it is falling in a range of positive, strong linear relationships between the paired variable, and R2 is around 83.57 variations being seen. So looking into it, we can see RMSE model. It is between 0.2 and 0.5. So the data are to be accurate. Okay, this is my ANOVA table. In this ANOVA table also, you can see you can see the F value is 485.175. Here also, but the mean the P value is smaller, or F value becomes larger. Based on it, the changes can take place. Now we are going more into the mediation analysis based on the hypothesis, or based on the conceptual model that has been fixed. The mediation analysis is being done. And this is the result, or this is the estimated result of the mediation analysis for the conceptual model that is being fixed. Now, in this case, I have around 5 hypotheses. I had around 5 hypotheses, and in the 5 hypotheses, you can see that 3 hypotheses are being accepted and 2 hypotheses have been rejected. Okay, so I'm just changing. So this is 2 hypotheses are being rejected and 3 hypotheses are being accepted. Now, if you look, the the hypotheses are being accepted, or they have been accepted based on mainly by focusing on the indirect effect. Okay, so the highest indirect effect, if you look here, or highest direct effect, if you're looking here, is learning materials with interaction with the students' motivation. So if you're looking at the total of learning materials to students motivation compared to any other effect, it is 0.606. Okay, which means that they are having a direct effect, or they are having a strong effect between the variables that is being taken. Okay, so then followed by you can see around teachers approach, then followed by the writing assignments. So if you look at the estimated value, the estimated values can be for the writing assignments, which is direct, is 0.102, but the total effect stays to 0.166. And for the teachers approach, the total effect stays to 0.237. So it means that if I am ranking it, the first effect which will be coming is the learning material, followed by teachers approach, then the writing assignments. So this one, in this way, I can rank it up to understand which will be the first one, second one, or third one. Now, if you are going to stress and anxiety, there is a negative impact, okay, or negative path coefficient being seen. Okay, now here also, but it is not significant. It is not being significant, but it is having a negative path also. Now, around 30 million Chinese students, there was an example saying that 30 million Chinese students who are going homeschooling, where they have little understanding on the academic workload, or they feel separated from their colleagues, they feel fears. So this is actually impacting on their health. So the stress and anxiety can play a role on how it is affecting on their health. Okay, so in the future, we need to conduct research where the stress and anxieties can be reduced, and it will be helpful for the students to come into the online classes. So this is one area where we need to focus to have a research in the future on how the students can reduce their stress and anxiety, how they feel very confident or motivated to come back into the online classes. Same work-life balance. Work-life balance is also having a negative path. In the work-life balance, also, as I said to you before, we need to consider what aspects are being necessary to balance or help the students to have a proper work-life balance. Now, when this COVID situations came, I had situations from the students saying that, ma'am, we are working. Ma'am, we are not able to balance home. My family is being affected with the COVID. Give us some situations, or give us a little more flexibility to finish our assignments, or give us a little more help in how to deal with the particular. So this one also has to be clearly been focused by considering from a gender perspective. Okay, I will focus only on the gender perspective, especially women who are mostly being working and balancing their balancing house, education, and work. Okay, finally, I have concluded, or I have said what concepts has to be done. Okay, by this I have end my presentation. If you have any more doubt, you can ask me. And thank you, and back to the organizers.
Shall I just read it out for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. How is so-called motivation differ in comparison between online and offline learning?
Okay.
And
now, when you're saying about motivation,
successful rate from both mentioned about meaning in comparison on online and offline learning.
Okay, now when we are saying about motivation, I will say to you, based, so motivating, when I'm saying, see, compared to last 2 years, compared to last 2 years when the COVID have striked, from the time the COVID have striked, students, though they come inside the classroom, in some instances, I have felt that there is a less level of engagement that is taking place. So when we are saying about motivation means, how are you letting the students, okay, or how are you encouraging the students to participate in the online class? Okay, because many concepts, as I said to you before, languages, mathematics, statistics, these core subjects require a lot of communication, or when they're participating or when they engaging, then only they will be able to understand that particular concepts. Okay, there are subjects like, for example, I will say about business laws. There are subjects relating to ethics. When we are giving about the practical scenarios, when we give about practical scenarios, how well a student is able to interpret it. So what happens? We are motivating. Motivating means I will tell a particular student, if you are able to answer this particular question, I will be grading you based on it. So it means that we are motivating that particular students to answer, or giving him confidence to answer, or be active in the classrooms. Now, when you're saying about comparison, okay, when you say about comparisons between online class and offline classes, a comparison to be done is big challenge, okay, or a big aspect in it, because once we are observing the online classes, or once we are observing the online classes, comparing from the student to student on the basis of their grade level, I can say that their grade levels has been increased, okay, from the students' performances level. Compared to the teaching level, if I'm comparing it in between the online class and the offline class, yes, we have used more of technologies to help the students to participate in it, and it is also helping the students to understand that particular concept. So on the comparison, if I'm saying, based on the students' grade, based on the teachers teaching inside the classrooms, based on the discussion, especially there is we'll say about what we say breakout rooms. Okay, breakout rooms are only available in Zooms. When we are going into offlines, we need to put a particular type of chairs together, bring them into a particular section, segment them. Though there are a lot of chaos in between, this chaoses can be patched up when we are going into this online classes. So these are some types of comparisons which I have been observed. Now, how big the success rate? Now, how big the success rate means, if I'm saying, yes, online classes are very successful. On terms of grade, yes, online classes are become very successful. Even schools, university, take a general. So it is becoming successful in terms of grade. But how much information you received from these particular classes are you being able to use practically? That is a bigger challenge there. So in the future, we need to understand that how much level of information we learn from the online class, are we able to use it practically? Okay, practically, that comes to measure the success rate.
Okay. Very interesting. I don't know. I keep focusing on you because you have high energy. So like what we say, interest. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's more towards energy too. Pardon me if I say that, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know, like,
one thing what I do with
like
my
you have a lot
students
of
is,
gesture. Yes.
yeah, one thing what I do with my students is I make sure, see, I make sure if there are 30 of them, at least I encourage 100 of them to come and participate. Okay, oh, sorry, 30 of them to come and participate. Yes, to a certain extent, students are working. We need to understand their situation. Some students' parents or their spouses, they are affected with the COVID situation. So this is actually a big challenge. So what we have to do is that we need to understand. So recently, I will say to you, one time I caught a student when he was saying that, teacher, my net got disconnected. I couldn't write the exams. Okay, I gave him one time chance, but the next time what he has done, he had a different version. He was a different version saying to me, no, you didn't give me a chance. But last day he came and apologized to me saying that, ma'am, you gave me multiple chances. I'm very sorry. I had situations in my home. I lost some of my families due to certain reasons. This is where you need to be very sympathized to the student. Okay, so they will be understanding.
Yes.
You'll be very understanding. At some point of times, I have to encourage my students saying that please believe in Lord. He
I
will
can
he
see
will
that.
console you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm very agree with you. So after all, what you're trying to say is human is the controller, artificial intelligence is the facility.
Yes.
Right. Okay, let us give a big applause to Dr. Gina An from University of Technology.
Thank you.
Bahrain. Now, next, I would like to invite the Chairman of Indonesian Association of Higher Education in Informatics and Computing, Snikom, North Sumatra Province, Mr. Dr. Poltak Sihombing, MCOM, to present our humble appreciation of participants to Dr. Gina Ann John from University of Technology for her time, effort, as well as of her brilliant ideas shared. Yes.
Thank you. Hello, Dr. Gina and John.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
On behalf of Snikom of North Sumatra region and St. Thomas Catholic University, we are very appreciative of your time and presentation. Now we will give you a certificate. We hope you can receive this certificate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. We give a big applause to Bapak.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, next we will invite Mr. Emerson from Science the Catholic University of Mass Medan Indonesia. Are you with us, Bapak Emerson?
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Ali Hussein. Okay, can hear my voice? Okay. Now we in third session. I will introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. VGR. She is a lecturer and Dean of Snikom Business School and Head Business Manager Administration from Snikom Academy of Business and Education, Krishna Koil, Tamil Nadu, India. Okay, as I remember again that we have 40 minutes for Prof. Fiji to present her presentation, and then we can write down our question in chat room, so we can ask about the topic will present. So for Prof. Fiji, it's time to you now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for introducing me. It's a pleasure to be back at Snikom 2021 at Catholic University of St. Thomas. I hope I'm audible. Am I audible? And my screen visible? My presentation?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. For me, it is. Is it visible now?
In progress.
Please let me know when it is done. Meanwhile, respected Rector of University of Catholic St. Thomas, Conference Chair, Dean of Snikom, and Father Martinez and keynote speakers and participants. It's a pleasure to be back here and to be talking on human-centered AI. So from today's topic, what I have taken is about AI in human resources. Is it visible? My presentation?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
Somebody help, other probably there is some issue. I don't know.
And now it's here.
Visible?
Now it's visible. Now it's visible.
Yes, we can see your project.
Yes, now we can see. Stop your slide now.
Visible, is it?
Professor PG, are you with us now?
Yeah, I am. Are my slides visible and am I audible?
Yes, you can see now.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I'm here to talk today about human-centered AI today. So I would be concentrating on the many congratulations for the organizers for actually putting this topic, and I would be talking on the efficiency part and the impact of efficiency on the business and global competitiveness, especially with relation to human resources. So this is three focused thing, because one is for the students. So as soon as they finish the course, they would be applying into well-known organizations over job portals, or they might apply through online in their organization website. And many times after applying, they may wonder as to why they don't get a call back, or they're not called for an interview. The main thing is because AI is being utilized for screening their process, and it is not just the process, but matching of skill happens, and everything is done by AI. So for the students, it's very important to understand why this is done, so that they prepare themselves when they apply for a job. So the other one is for the entrepreneurs who want to start their own business. Definitely they would be deploying human resources into the organization. So when they deploy it, also have to use AI so that they have cost effective, and they have the competitive edge to bring out their business. The other aspect is for the developers of machine language who are looking into a menu where they can do their coding and bring in this AI, bring an impact on business. They have to understand that human resources is an area which is centered on human interaction. So this is one area where they could get into a lot of opportunities there, because they are entering into a this particular domain in business is in a very nascent stage. So they have enough opportunities to venture into this particular area. So having said that, I will go on to my presentation and where it is, and AI in human resources is all about. A general viewpoint given my limited time. So here HR itself has transgressed into strategic HRM, where the entire strategic HR practices are more focused now. There is a shift of looking at HR as a mere administrative practice, to the high performance HR practice like teamwork or performance management. So friends, the focus is more on rather than being on every job, it is more on the critical job which is done. So the previous technology allowed to recruit people, but AI is now allowing people to recruit the right people with the right skill by matching their skills along with the requirement of the organization and for the future success. So all this is actually possible because of AI involvement. And when the strategic HR, which is aligned to the strategies of business, we need to look into the dimensions where the AI can help them into achieving those goals or strategies which they are built on. So the first point in the AI and human resources here is the exceptional experience, employee experience, what they have to do. So HR actually today want to have high quality candidates even prior to job seekers applying for the job. So they want people, or they want to have people who are who to apply for the job, the right candidates to apply for the job. So what do they do there? So the candidate attraction part of talent like a life cycle. The goal is to source many potential candidates as possible. So when we look into this process, the chatbot is the most important aspect which has come in now, where the candidate is able to even interact and experience the seamless experience of understanding about the company. Today's generation, people or candidates, they would like to know about the organization much prior to even applying for the job, right? So the chat box which is involved, which uses the natural language processing, they are able to give the prospective candidates an opportunity to learn more about the organization before they actually apply. Today's generation, they want to know a lot of information even before they apply. So the AI actually helps in matching their using skill matching algorithms. They're able to search the roles and match the skills of the candidate's resume, and based on this, they do an analysis. So what happens to the organization? They are able to get good quality people, and these job seekers become job applicants. And for the candidates, they're able to know about the organization and they get into the right roles which they are actually into. And the other thing which is here is about the organizational agility. So today, with the the kind of dynamics which is there and the kind of changes which is happening, it is very important for organizations to become agile. And to organizations get to agility very fast is through AI and human resources. And the other one is insightful decision making. Here you have two components. One is, for the decision makers, which is the HR managers, you have, the AI gives you the resource which is needed to make very good decision making. It doesn't make decision making for you, but it gives you a lot of inputs based on which you can make a strategic decision making. You look at the moods of the employees, the kind of momentum which the employees have, the kind of information which you require about the employees' mindset, or the employee engagement, or the employee turnover. So the kind of insightful decision making what they are making, it is possible because of AI. So if people are doing machine language, they have to focus on these areas to be successful. And these are the areas which you need to focus when you're giving an AI support for the organization, right? So next aspect is what I would like to say is AI, generally we feel that it is human resources, the personal interface which happens. AI is to say, the only question, when you are going to embrace it, Through the survey, it is known that 84% of the organization believe that AI will give their business a competitive advantage. That is basically why AI is, inducted into the business. And very importantly and very interestingly, 65% of HR practitioners say AI does not make them nervous. So they have accepted the HR concept, and this is an eye opener for the people who are into business of AI. So they are accepting and they want to have AI into the system. And another interesting thing in performance management is that 14 hours is the average amount of time which is known to be saved by every HR function for AI. That means that the HR professionals have more to do, more productive work rather than their Monday, routine jobs which are supposed to serve their clients who are the fellow employees. Is there, and definitely AI is here to stay in the HR domain, which is very encouraging for us who are involved in this particular field. And the next concept is, on transforming interactions. Of course, interactions transform to a very great extent because of the AI involvement. You always have UI, but UI is something which is very different from AI intervention where there is zero UI. So talking about transforming interaction. So the zero UI phase is where the thought is such an inspiring thing. Most important change which has happened interaction or zero UI. So these chatbots have made it very, very interactive and to have a zero UI interface. Am I with you?
Yeah.
Am I with you?
Yeah, yes, madam.
Yeah, okay. So the enterprise HRM's market is still, to pick up momentum, given the consumption patterns of the tech savvy generation, what we have today, we have to move towards more of these voice interaction. Because voice interaction gives more a natural perspective, right? We use the UI. Generally, we do many clicks and we have to go through the process. This chatbots, what has happened is it is like naturally talking to somebody, and the entire interaction and what we talk to people, it is like in a statement, their entire what they want to know when what they have approached, they're able to do. So because of this transforming interactions, there is reduction in time to action for daily transaction. The main the advantage of having chatbot is that, right? So and enhanced experience, real conversation, because just like talking to people, they're interacting using these chat boxes. And of course the adherence of the process and technology adoption are really good, and you get into analytical insight. It's seamless and frictionless way of doing things. And for organizations, the chat box has become synonymous with advanced technology usage, and they feel that they are at the pinnacle of technology maturity when they get into chat box. But the main purpose of a chat box, which is actually a given way for this better interactions what we have, is employee self-service. So this is to ensure that the knowledge workers don't end up doing work for which they are not signed up for, which are not hired up for, meaning that they allow them to do more, to more productive asset to the organization and more productive work. Other aspect is that the chat box is more human life like, and they save the effort needed otherwise in resolving queries of the employees. So they reduce the effort involved in communication through a platform and the end user. So that is what this definitely these kind of systems and AI has transformed interactions by saving the time and increasing the productivity in the organization. Then future of attendance management is going to be facial recognition is going to be the future. The usual biometric or swiping of cards out there, and the pandemic, I think, is an eye opener for all of us. So the kind of attendance system what we are going to have future is facial recognition. On a lighter note, I just saw a video where a person goes to a dentist and he gets his teeth pulled out and and his face is swollen and the system does not recognize his face. But on a very serious note, with the conditions which are there, which we saw in the pandemic, a person might not really report physically to the organization. So how do we manage the attendance during the system? How do we avoid proxy punching? And so the system is going to be more on a facial recognition, and it can be done real time anywhere, and it's going to be it can be geo tagged and geo fencing can be used. So from which place he going to report, we can actually give it, so that if he's on a tour or anything, he can report or he can have the attendance from that particular place. So in effect, it avoids, or saves a lot of biometric infrastructures for the system is something which all companies are focusing on, and it is completely going to be driven by AI with a facial recognition system in the future. And the next one is predictive analysis, being prepared for what comes next. And if a company needs to have a competitive advantage, they definitely have to go in for a predictive analysis. So this predictive analysis gives a lot of data for managers, so on organizations, so that they take competition. And for the HR professional, it is more of predicting or forecasting employee behavior and predicting attrition, so that they are prepared, to replace, and also to have right succeed in key roles in the talent management. So how do we do it, and how does AI do it? Is it by asking a lot of questions or looking at the lead pattern of the employees? We'll be able to, a few people might be applying constantly. They might not really be on.
Hello. Hello, Prof. Busy.
You're able to hear me?
Hello. We
Yes,
cannot.
am I with you?
We cannot hear your voice clearly. Okay, now we can see your presentation.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but not so clear.
Okay, can you hear me?
Not clearly.
Yeah, try talking. I don't know. I may not hear you clearly.
I think this our connection is not stable enough. Okay, your presentation we can see, but your voice cannot clearly we hear.
Okay, now I close the presentation. Probably if you could help me out, let's see if I'm able to talk better. Can you do that?
Yeah, now we can see your presentation and your voice we can hear too.
Okay.
Hello, Prof. PZ.
Am I?
Our
You're able
connection
to hear me?
unstable. Okay. For all of us audience, we sorry about our connection and we still waiting the connection from Mrs. VJ.
Yeah, I'm here. Are you able to hear me now?
Your voice clear, but yeah, okay, now we can see you clearly.
If somebody could just share the presentation, probably it would be seamless. Could you do that?
Hello, pardon?
Could you share my presentation so that it is seamless? Probably because I'm sharing, it's getting cut. I'll try sharing.
I think you can explain presentation without presentation, and maybe it could be a presentation for 5 minutes more.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. So you're able to hear me, right? So I'll just go through my presentation very quickly, 5 minutes. So the essence here is
Kayaknya jaringan kita. Iya, jaringan kita. Ini connecting nih. Jaringan kita.
so having also informed decisions for the various predictions which is able to make. So other point is where we have the efficient data capture which is happening. So this efficient data capture actually talks about understanding about the costs, trying to I was talking about the cost involved, so the cost and cost cutting and the data with regard to cost and identify where costs are there. So those particular dimensions are identified. Am I audible?
Yeah, we can hear your voice.
I'm sorry, there is a serious issue in the network. Sorry for the disruption. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Extremely sorry for the technical thing. There is something wrong. This talent acquisition process itself, there is a lot of which is done in AI. AI implemented recruiting with the help to choose a candidate fills most of the boxes which is the requirement of the company, and hence makes the screening process very fast. If you look at the traditional system of hiring, it used to take 2 to 3 weeks, whereas we're using AI, it takes very few days, right from the first process till the end process, and the candidate getting the appointment order in hand. And the very interesting thing where AI contributes here is, matching of skills, converse.
Profiji.
Yes. So I quickly conclude the disruptions. So not only the not only the interviewing part, selecting the candidate, but also the onboard process of the crews now are done online. Conclude by giving a case study which is given by IBM. So IBM, which is practically used this AI in HR. So they have some chat box or system where they have used a certain intelligence agents which they call as WCA and WIR, where they have used the system in understanding, and because IBM is a big company, they require recruitment process and they want to really take in top candidates into their position. So they gave the seamless experience to candidates and employers, right from in the previous traditional system you used to have a job interview, because during the job interview you used to meet the candidates. But by this particular system, by leveraging AI, they have given a real-time interaction with the chat box, where the prospective candidates got a very good input and and about the company, and they were placed in the best position where they fit in. And also IBM has this Watson recruitment app, through the mobiles, where they were for them, looking at the past experience, they knew that they had to look into the and select the right candidates. So AI devices with IBM, they match the skills with the job requirement and generates the skills against the resumes what has come in. They were able to recruit top candidates who had applied for their job. And another interesting thing which was given by IBM is the alerts which were received by the AI managers. So in IBM, the managers there get alerts if a particular person in their department has got very good leadership skills and they are due for promotion. So this particular, is alerted to the managers so that they can take action or, promote that particular person. And even leaders could do self-analysis, look into, where they lack, train themselves, or even get alerts as to which are their areas where they have to focus for training. So these are, IBM is a company which has, gone into they have used. What I like to conclude my presentation is AI is used and is being used right from all the stages in HR process. So right from engagement, right from recruitment till they are there, retention, everywhere they use AI. So definitely.
Prof. G.
Yes. So I would like to say that looking at the IBM experience, they have used we can conclude that AI can be used in start till the end process, like develop, development, to train them, to engage them, and also to retain the employees. You're able to hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay. So I just like to conclude saying that AI can be definitely used in HR, and the process right from recruitment, engaging them, training them, developing them, to what they were till retention until the employee is there in the organization. So IBM is a very good case study and a company which is actually used this right throughout in their HR process. So that would be my presentation for today. Sorry about the internet has which interrupted my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Prof. Fizi, and we are sorry about our unstable connection for this meeting. And now, for audience, any question for this paper, for this topic, you can raise your hand or write down your question in chat room. Okay, I have received a question to my ponsel. It's about how artificial intelligence can be used to find out where the agricultural produce should be exported to get the best price. Maybe how artificial intelligence can helping to choose where to export her agricultural product to get the best price. Hello, Mr. PG and Mrs. PG. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the question, if I understand properly, it is on how AI can help agricultural production in a cost-effective way. Is it not?
Yeah, it's about agricultural product to how to how artificial intelligence can helping us to choose where we must send our product to give the best price in real time.
Though it is not straight away associated with my presentation, I would just like to say that the whole essence of AI is to market your products across. So when you look at the AI, it helps you match your cost with the customer who is inclined to give your produce the price which you require. Right. So when you have artificial intelligence, it gives you an input or a platform where you are able to get informed resources through informed resources and through analytics, where you are able to find your market where your produce can be sold. So in business, and if you look at agricultural produce as a business, your product has to reach the consumer and you have to identify the market. Artificial intelligence definitely will give you the informed resources and analytics so that you are able to take informed decision, you are able to find the market and take your products to the right place. I hope I have answered the query.
Okay, thank you, Prof. PG. So thank you for your presentation, and I give back to Mrs. Alice. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Emerson, and thank you, Professor PG, for your explanation and your thoughts. Now, we would like to invite the Conference General Chairman, Mr. Zacharias Situmorang, present our humble appreciation of participation to Professor PG for her time, effort, as well as ideas shared among us. Kindly we invite.
Okay, good morning, Prof. PG. Okay, we from Committee of the International Conference Snikom say thank you to Dr. PG, PGR, and accept this award certificate. Sorry for the network interruption.
Thank you so much, sir.
Certificate of appreciation, Professor Dr. PGR.
Okay, thank you. We will give a big applause to Professor PG as well as the chairman.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Next, I'll pass the time to our next moderator, which is that I will be presenting our Conference General Chairman, Mr. Dr. Zacharias Situmorang. Yes, Mr. Zacharias, are you with us? Yes, Dr. Zacharias, are you with us?
Yes, Miss Alice.
Yeah, I could see there's a slide already. That means you are ready for your presentation.
Okay.
Okay, the time is yours. You could have around 20 minutes. Is that enough?
Thank you.
Thank you.
The paper is engineering the solar dryer system which have Pajero. Okay, I am Sakarias Moran from Santo Thomas University from Medan. Outline is number 1, introduction. Number 2, drying process and prototype dryer. Number 3, suram for Pajero. 4, design number 6, 5, and computation of Pajero. And number 6 is conclusion. Okay. Solar drying system had progressed quite rapidly with the utilization both in terms of technical and algorithm. First, the drying system only paid attention to the acceptable drying temperature, but along with advance in technology, the drying system has been able to meet industry needs, namely two products, drying products. They are ready to be engineering integrated necessity. Collecting the solar energy is some big is so the forward to relation process and also flow to codes. The gap in materials, the ventilation is more than separation. Okay. Some Surat Fajrul has taken account of 8 parameters in high humidity, ambient temperature, ambient humidity, solar energy, moisture content of the material, inside, and wind speed. Wind speed according to the location of the solar drying process. Even from industry world, it comes inside material to be dried, api, coklat, tea, tobacco, and wood. This is the schedule of time system. Okay, this regenerating for the use solar dryer. Initially, the drying process has to get the high drying temperature with solar energy, and in line with technology advance, the drying process also pays attention to many things, such as humidity, content, speed, and physical of material. This is the parameters, 8 parameters to suram, Ajirul, with speed in and typical of material. The next is the engineer, is solar drying system to be able to follow the drying schedule according to the optimal material. Include coklat, tobacco, and tea as plantation product in Indonesia. Things in the drying process with solar energy according to drying schedule. And the graph of from the graph of change in the amount solar energy to temperature and air. This always followed by change ambient temperature. This solar energy, solar radiation to follow change the ambient temperature. Okay. The relation of solar energy with ambient temperature, ambient humidity, and change the ambient temperature and change the ambient humidity. Okay. The parameters of ambient temperature and variable models that are taken into account because there are relatively as decimal measure. Okay, the drying process with the measuring the moisture content of the material is such a way to it is adjusted to the drying fluid that exists the current. The drying chamber is the according to the temperature and humidity. So according to the existing condition in form of solar energy, the drying process is adjust to the amount of heat collected by the collector to be brought to the drying chamber. Okay, this is example of chocolate drying schedule to maintain proper and color based the experience. This schedule is experience from the drying schedule at chocolate. And with that, the hot air product will the water is to test the material plus the number of process include calculation before it is discussion on water discussion and combine before discussion and bond water discussion temperature over 100 degree Celsius mass flow. Diffusion process increase the width increase temperature and is the possible to increase the rate to move the water inside both of the bond. Assume there is the lower concentrate for diffuse molecules and the super of both simple by increase in temperature inside the clean. Okay, the lost water from chamber is evaporation is temperature different and depends on the relative humidity of the air surrounding the material. If hot dry air is used for drying, surface layer of the material, the drying can dry quickly and cause hardening. To avoid excessive evaporation from the surface the material, the air in clean must be kept relatively moist. Therefore, in drying impulse, careful control to temperature and humidity of the air inside the frame. Air circulation as air drying also plays an important role in humidity control as it ensures that the air in contact with the material is constantly updated, preventing and stagnant layers of moist air from occurring. This is the prototype of drying system. Drying has been with length and with 60 centimeter at 110 centimeter. The prototype is of the solar dryer use tools of measure solar energy with pyrometer type and S at 1 maximum voltage 50 millivolt DC, which has comparison data from meteorology geophysical against. This the tool again with 3 actuator, namely damper, dryer, and heater. Okay. Hot air move between the gap of material. So the material is evenly dry. This is the gap, the thickness of the material to be the room flow, airflow in between use stick. This is the Suram-Paji rule algorithm. For the drying process control system takes the place automatically is the present the operator is not occurring during drying. To get energy from consumption is greatly only on the first ready as day, stirring and heating stick when the electric heater is on and until the work temperature rises. The drying system consists of two parts: control system and prototype will connect with fryer, heater, and temper and prototype. This is the algorithm of Suram-Paji rule. Process algorithm. Heating process algorithm is with the typical of material, the critical material, and its most content. It adjusts the drying schedule, the dry schedule. Then the set point value for drying temperature and minimum temperature is obtained. This is set point, temperature, and humidity and process. Weather mode is measurement temperature drying, humidity drying, temperature ambient, humidity ambient, and wind speed. Wind is the temperature drying EB higher than set point. If yes, process the Suram-Paji rule is next. Down according to wind speed of if not, the heater on. Take 2 is the drying temperature bigger the set point. Okay, until the drying temperature is equal the set point EB 10 EB no EB set point temperature. The algorithm of the Suram-Paji rule is designed to suck away to get the automated control unit as a built-in program the drying system. Okay, this is the material solar energy penetration and glass and glass. I follow it by the pump over the entire surface of the material so that I only distribute the chamber. Five parameters in the chamber. Number 1, temperature drying, D. Number 2, temperature ambient, TA. Number 3, humidity drying, FG, RD. Number 4, humidity ambient, XA and wind speed WD. This is the 5 parameters in measurement of temperature of the rain from chamber. Membership function of 5G communication in range 1.5 to 1 and for weather temperature ambient DA with variable M overclock, D clock, CD light clock, and C light clear, SG clears. This is the membership function of temperature of ambient. Below, in sense of temperature, again the sign of minus height, minus M, minus medium, and S minus small, Z 0, S small, M medium, and R high. And classification of membership function to community ambient, the variable E hot, E rather hot, and R X swamp, S fish, and B cloud. The chance humidity ambient is got is with minus height, minus medium, minus small, 0, small, medium, and high. A is the output, the surround Haji control, Haji surround Haji rule, take control to surround 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 1, lowering time temperature TD and suddenly increase the time chamber military process TD. And suram number 1 is lowering temperature and suddenly increase. And suram number 2 increase the time temperature suddenly and increase the time chamber humidity. Suram number 3 will increase the temperature of dry chamber PD and to hold the humidity of the dry chamber. Suram number 4 increase dry temperature and lowering humidity of dry chamber. Suram number 5, the lower dry temperature and to maintain dry chamber humidity. Suram number 6, to lower the dry temperature and to lower the dry chamber humidity. Number 7, to maintain dry temperature and dry chamber humidity. And suram number 8, to maintain dry temperature and adjust dry chamber humidity with ambient humidity. This is the output to Suram Haji rule with wind speed is high. Okay, the 8 output, Suram number 1, 8 is the same wind speed and low. This depend in angle, time sphere, heater, and vapor. The computation of Suram Haji rule open 150 output control rule by utilizing Haji logic atau implemented post solar codifier. This does 150 output control. Okay, and this is the example. Moisture content coverage 54%. According the time schedule, time chamber is 60 Celsius, and humidity in drying room is 65%. Wind speed 1.2 meter per second. The change temperature 0.4 derajat Celsius and temperature ambient 29.2 derajat Celsius. The combined from change and temperature ambient product body and clear body and membership function 4.9 cb. Jadi clear cloth. For the change of humidity ambient, change humidity ambient 4.2 derajat Celsius and humidity ambient is below percent is product the press and zero membership function. For small membership function, this is the product press 0.8 membership function and in press. Ambient temperature in table for the output and ambient humidity is product the surround to is this is okay. Yeah, 1 increase range temperature suddenly and decrease range chamber humidity. Okay, this is the just 5 minutes. Okay, experiment result by using Scrum Punch rule, the train system of along the train schedule is the right line is schedule and the blue line is experiment. And for the message of the Punch system algorithm, be able to follow the copying line schedule in post. The dry copy rate average must contain copy MC 10%. This is the measuring solar energy and need solar in energy from the height. That the energy obtained from solar energy is able to flow time schedule and solar energy vary in this beneficial with acceleration by drying process day and night continuously, but can save processing time from 21 days to 7 days. Okay, conclusion. The Agile algorithm is copy drying process based on Agile logic with modified members function and range. 0.5 to 1 on parameter of the weather condition and air condition in the form the temperature ambient and humidity ambient. There are 140 treatment for the heater, actuator, damper, and sprayer. Test the humidity condition of drying room and humidity according to the dry schedule. From the result of the implementasi in solar energy is 40.86% of the required energy is the to the acceleration by drying process day night continuously, but can save processing time from 21 days to 7 days. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bapak Zakaria Situmorang, for the explanation. Okay, there are one questions. It's about this machine. Just now you mentioned that this machine can be used to dry coffee, chocolate, tea, and tobacco. Right? Am I right, Bapak Zacharias?
Okay, right.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there any material, raw material that can be dried with using this machine?
Okay, is what drying and it drying on.
Okay. How about price?
It's 100 million.
Okay then. Right. Okay.
Rupiah, yeah.
Yes. Okay then. Now, yes, thank you, Bapak Zacharias, for the amazing presentation. Next, we would like to invite the Dean of Faculty Computer Science, Catholic University of St. Thomas, Medan, Indonesia, Bapak Sorang Pak Pahan Skom and Bapak. Ya, Bapak Sorang. Yes, is there. Now, to present our humble appreciation of participation from Bapak Zakaria Situmorang that has actually spent his time and effort and ideas shared to us among us about drying machine. Time is yours. Yes.
Thank you for your presentation. We are very proud. I am the Dean of the Faculty of Computer Science, Unika Santo Thomas. Give the appreciation by this certificate. Hope you have enjoyed so far. Thank you, Mr. Zakaria Situmorang.
Okay, let's give a great applause to both of them. Now, everybody, it's lunchtime here in Indonesia, so we will have 1 hour break. We'll come back in 13 hours Indonesian time, so it's about 50 minutes. We will have a break and we will come back here on 13 hours waktu Indonesia bagian Barat, okay, Indonesian time. Everybody will be here. So everybody when come back will be in the main session room and be ready to be divided into breakout rooms. How many breakout rooms there? 4 breakout rooms. So yes, take a break, be back in 50 minutes time. Ya, kembali lagi jam 13.00 waktu Indonesia bagian Barat. Masing-masing kita mengambil waktu 50 menit untuk istirahat. Ketika kembali, Anda akan bergabung di ruang utama dan bersiap-siap untuk dibagi ke dalam breakout room sebanyak 4 breakout room. Kita akan kembali jam 13.00 waktu Indonesia bagian Barat.
Unika jaya, melangkah maju semakin jaya. Unika pasti berjuang demi anak bangsa. Unika pasti jaya, satukan tegak untuk maju bersama. Unika pasti bisa membaharui dunia. Bersama kita bisa, Tuhan andalan kita. Tingkatkan prestasi berkarya bersama. Cinta pada sesama, berancang Pancasila. Beri yang terbaik untuk Indonesia. Unika jaya, energize. Unica Smart, the best way is to cooperate. Unica Smart, the best way is to collaborate.